takeaways from the weekend was Drew Brees, man. And I guess it's not a new takeaway for me because I've been telling y'all, if y'all been listening to me on the show, we've been at it, man, for the whole year. I've been telling y'all since week one that Drew Brees does not have the arm that's going to be able to take you to the next level over the top of the defense, man. A lot of his balls, just ran out of air, man. They just ran out of gas. It just seemed like they had his number, and it was tough sledding for him. I gotta feel like it might be time for a good old retirement party for Big Drew. What do y'all think, fellas? Do y'all think it's time for Drew Brees to call it a career? T, what do you think, man?
I think you said it right, man. You know what I'm saying? When you looked at his balls, you could tell he wasn't right. Let me go there. But yeah, he didn't have the arm strength. We talked about that last week, and that kind of led to my takeaway too. You have to throw the ball to win in this league, and we saw the quarterbacks that couldn't throw the ball. They're not around anymore. Brees and Lamar Jackson, but Brees has to shut it down, man. At this point, it's been a good run. He was part of that golden era of quarterbacks, and unfortunately, he played his last game. I mean, if you're going to going out to Tom Brady, no shame in that. No shame in that at all.
Yeah, no shame.
DK, what up?
I suppose. I mean, I think for Drew, y'all know what I feel about Drew. I don't think it was time for him, man. It's honorable to lose to a guy like Tom, but I don't know, man. I just hope he doesn't try to pull another comeback this season. G, is it time for Drew to hang it up, bro?
Yeah, man. Like you saw the end of the month where he broke like 11 ribs and magically comes back after like 3 weeks and starts to play. I'm like, yeah. And then you see him his playability. With that one touchdown that he scored from Jameis, you saw how that offense moved afterwards. And then when you give it back to Drew Brees, it's just like couldn't really dunk and pass for too long before the defense caught up and saw where you're running all the time.
Facts, man. Facts. There's a lot more they could do on down the field, I think, with somebody with more arm talent. I guess we piggyback that question. Brian, I'm assuming, is this consensus? Is it consensus? Is it time for Drew to hang it up?
I'm not all the way in the hang it up Drew camp just yet. I mean, I saw Peyton Manning limp with the Broncos to a Super Bowl ring. I mean, if all circumstances are perfect, I'm not going to sit here and say that Drew Brees couldn't do the same. How many games did Michael Thomas play this season? I don't think that hurt Drew Brees at all. I mean, these are things that you gotta factor in. Drew Brees.
Who you say?
Michael Thomas.
He played last weekend?
No, I said how many games did he play this season? I'm just factoring.
No, I'm asking, did he play in the playoffs? Like, did he play last weekend?
No, but if we talking about Drew Brees hanging him up, I'm not gonna just base that off one game. The same way I don't base Lamar Jackson's future as a quarterback off one game. The same way I don't base Josh Allen's 206 yards, everyone going crazy over him. One game. One game doesn't tell me nothing. I look at a whole season. I look at a whole sample size. What Drew Brees showed me this year is he can still hit the underneath ball with accuracy. Look at his completion percentage. It's yet to dip. It's not in that low 60 range. He's still completing a high clip of passes. What that tells me is you still got an accurate guy. Like I said, I saw Peyton Manning limp a Broncos team to a championship. If the circumstances are perfect, I do believe Drew Brees can still do the same. Now, it's going to take a perfect storm. He's going to need Michael Thomas for a whole season. He's going to need another good running back next to Alvin Kamara to take some of the load off him so Alvin Kamara can just be in the passing game. It's going to take a lot. But, I mean, if Drew Brees wants to come back, the Saints are not telling that man no. So it's all up to Drew Brees right now, and I guarantee you that.
I think when you have to use a lot of if, it's probably time to hang it up. When you need a perfect conditions for your quarterback to succeed, I mean, this is the NFL, man. It's a big boy league. Quarterback's supposed to be the guy to get you over the top. Not, you know what I'm saying? What we saw Peyton Manning is rarely done. I think we saw Trent Dilfer do it maybe. We don't really see quarterbacks checking down their way through the playoffs. So, I don't know, man. I'm curious to see what a New Orleans fan would say, but you got to ride with Jameis or Taysom at this point.
Yeah, that would seem to be the logical choice. But I'll say two things on Drew Brees. One, I'll say is that I think it's definitely time for him to hang him up. But I agree with you, Bryce. If he decides that he wants to come back, I do believe he has that kind of pull with the Saints that they're just going to let him come back. You know what I'm saying? And then I do think, too, what you said, T, about them moving forward. I got a funny feeling that if they don't move forward with Drew Brees, that the Saints aren't going to move forward with Jameis Winston. They're not going to move forward with Taysom Hill. They're going to move forward with somebody totally different. They're going to leave both these guys in the dust. I just wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, if they were feeling Jameis Winston that much, they probably would have played him earlier this season, right? Now everyone's saying Jameis is the answer. It's funny how life goes, man. It's funny.
I mean, hey, man, there's a video clip of Drew Brees telling Jameis, this is your team. You're up next. I don't know, man. And there is reports that Drew Brees this is last year with the Saints.
Nah, Jameis may very well be up next. And I'm not saying, like, if I was a GM, I would be courting Drew Brees to my team. You know what I'm saying? But I think what y'all are missing is the fact that Drew Brees is still better than, 65% of the quarterbacks that are doing it? I mean, the dude had 3,000 yards, played 11 games, 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns. How many picks? I'm sure it wasn't that many. He never throws a lot of picks. 70% completion percentage. Bro, stop it, bro. He's better than most of the quarterbacks in the NFL. We all know how the NFL goes, man. There's 5 good quarterbacks, 7 decent quarterbacks. Everybody else is trash or building. And at the end of the day, man, Drew Brees is better than that. The bottom half of quarterbacks. To me, it's not even a question.
No, you make a good point. You make a good point. But I mean, one thing I will say, I want to make this less about Drew. I do agree with you, Bryce. I think Drew is still a quality, well, not quality quarterback, but he's not the worst quarterback in the league. But what happens when you have a good defensive coordinator like Todd Bowles that literally took him out of the game just by, playing a certain defense and playing towards his strengths, man. You see they was daring him to take it over the top. They had the 2 safeties going black deep, and they covered all the flats in the middle of the field, and he had nothing left because his arm couldn't get him that far, man. That's the thing, man. When a real good defensive coordinator is going to make the game plan and take you out the game, I just don't know if Drew Brees got it. But